Thanks for checking out this lesson on beginner fills. This is just part one of a three-part mini course on beginner fills. To get the rest of this course and the PDF that goes with it, just click the link in the description. In this lesson, we're going to be talking about some beginner fills. Now, as you listen to music and watch people on video, you'll see a lot of interesting, awesome fills. A lot of times they are amazing displays of technique and facility, but it doesn't always have to be complicated to be a really good fill. Keep in mind that the whole purpose of a fill is usually to transition from one part of the song to the next, to signify to everyone, all the musicians, that, hey, we're coming up to a new section of the song. The most important thing that you want to do when you're playing a fill is not lose the time. Keep the groove going and keep the momentum going, but you don't want to disrupt or lose the time. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep the eighth notes going in the right hand. We're just going to move around the drums, change textures, change tones, but those eighth notes in the right hand are going to stay consistent. This is going to help you keep your time and your groove going. We're going to start off with fill number one. I'm going to play 3 bars of time, and then I'm going to go to our fill. And we're going to start off on the rack tom and go to the floor tom, but the left hand is going to be maintaining those backbeats. By maintaining the backbeat in that last fill, we keep our momentum, we keep our time, we keep our groove. So all the musicians who are playing with you will know exactly where the time is, and it keeps things super simple, but keeps that momentum moving forward. With fill number 2, we're going to add quarter notes on the left hand, and this is going to create a nice driving feel with this fill. With this next fill, the right hand is going to play eighth notes on the rack tom and then eighth notes on the floor tom, just like we've been doing. But now the left hand is going to play the ands of 1, 2, 3, and 4. By being able to do these ands and then also the downbeats and the backbeats, you're going to be able to play any of the other rhythms that we encounter in the rest of this lesson. All right, so now that we've gotten some of the basics out of the way, we can start to get into some more of the fun fills. So what we're going to do now is we're going to accent a 3-note pattern, and we're going to start on the rack tom, move to the floor, and then go to the second floor. But now that you've been able to play downbeats and upbeats, you should be able to play all of these rhythms. And this next fill is a great fill. I really dig this one. There are countless rhythms and fills that we can do in this style where we're keeping that right hand rocking those eighth notes. But right now, I'm going to move the right hand to the floor tom. We're going to stay on the floor tom so we can explore some of these rhythms without worrying about where we're placing the hands. Once you get comfortable with these rhythms and these fills, then you can move the hands around to other toms and other voices within the kit. This next fill is going to look a lot like the previous fill, but we're keeping this right hand all on the floor tom, and we're going to end the fill on beat 4. I like doing this because it really sets up the groove for the next part. So back to goddamn boom, bow. Makes everything nice and clear. It's almost like a landing spot when you stop on that beat 4. It's like a landing spot for the next section. Here's another fill that is drawn off of a different rhythm, but still keeping those right hand eighth notes on the floor tom. Here are a couple more fills in this style. This next one, you'll notice this rhythm, ba, 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 ba. That rhythm shows up a lot in drumming, especially in some of the drumming that I do. So you'll notice me mentioning that rhythm a lot, especially when we get into some of the academy lessons in the Drum Academy. This rhythm shows up in Academy Lesson 11, for example, and I take it and put it on the hi-hat, put it all over the place, but that's getting down the line. I just want you to start noticing some of these rhythms and then recognize when they show up in other places. Now for a little lagniappe, a little something extra. Not all these fills need to be this long. What we've done here is set up some of the foundational groundwork for you to play fills, but sometimes fills can be super short and concise and can really work. So one of my favorite fills is just to hit the snare drum and the floor tom together on beat 4 to signify the next section. So let me show you what that'll sound like. This is just boom, right before the next section. Now, if you have 2 floor toms, it works great on 2 floor toms as well. And I love doing this. You can get a nice impactful punctuation right before you go to this next section. You could even take that concept and make it 2 beats long. Smack, boom, bow, into the next section. So let's try that as well. I hope this lesson has given you some ideas and given you some foundation so that you can start playing some fills and keep your ears open and work on developing some of your own ideas based off of these as well. If any of this was a little bit too far from where you're at right now, I have 34 lessons that start from the very beginner stages and bring you up gradually. That's all Fresh Approach to Drum Set. Those videos are all in the Drum Academy. So I encourage you to check those out, and those can bring you up to this level if you're not at this level yet. So we'll see y'all down the line. Thanks for checking this out. Yes, indeed. Take care.